You gotta keep the devil down in the hole.
Hey everybody, it's Dead Winter Dead with another Battlefield 4 video. Today we're going to take another look at the SAR-21. Now, a few videos ago I gave you my initial impressions of this weapon. I found that it was lacking in close quarters combat due to its low rate of fire. But after working with this weapon for a few more hours and getting some more attachments unlocked, I find that it is actually a very effective weapon at medium to long range. Here this guy just can't seem to get a beat on me and is just throwing rounds all around my head, and I'm able to put him to the ground. Now, like I said in my first video, I was having trouble coming up against carbines as well as assault rifles that had a higher rate of fire against me. Unless I could flank the enemy, get to their sides, or get to their rear and surprise them, I really did not have a chance in a toe-to-toe fight. You will see me surprise some guys up front, face to face, but that is typically not the way the engagements are going to end while running the SAR. Now the setup I'm running on this weapon right now is the muzzle brake, the angled grip, which both are going to help me with my recoil management. I'm also using the JGM4, which was the first medium range sight that I unlocked. I wanted to try to build this weapon into something that could consistently hit targets at medium to long range. It would be a shame to leave this weapon on the scrap pile because it is a fun weapon to play. But like I said in my initial impressions review, it just is not an effective close quarters combat weapon. Now later on in the video you will see that I managed to make somewhat of a hybrid medium range close quarters combat rifle out of this by adding the laser sight, which improves your hip fire dramatically, and you will see some clips with me hip firing. I typically don't hip fire, but I found that with this setup you have to be able to hip fire. Now here's one of your key Battlefield moments. Never chase somebody. Never chase a bad guy even if you got him hit. I even break this rule from time to time. You just want to go after that kill, and next thing you know, he's waiting for you in the stairwell. Now right there you saw some of the hip firing. The laser sight really effective for hip firing. I find that when I'm in these tight close quarter situations, that's the way to go. Here you can see use of the JGM4 picking off a target, actually a target on his belly under cover at long range. And right here is a clip of me trading shots with a sniper. Again at long range, you can just see his scope glint and the top of his head. Now in this next clip I want to emphasize something that a lot of people forget about, and that's actually shooting through cover or shooting through bushes. Just because you can't see the bad guy doesn't mean your bullets won't hit him. Right there I continued to shoot through the shrubbery and was able to hit the bad guy, and in a second I do it again. Now these are short range to short medium range engagements. Right through the shrubs, and I'm able to take him out. Remember that just because your target disappears behind cover doesn't mean that he is completely invulnerable to your shots. Here's an example of a fairly medium to medium long range shot while the target is moving and ducking in and out of cover. I find that the SAR is effective for this. Time and time again I was able to hit targets that weren't able to quite get a beat on me, and because I had a 3.4 or a 4x scope on the weapon, target acquisition was not an issue. Now the one issue I found with running the 3.4 or the 4x scope is that when you're in a situation like this, where the target is just a little too far away for hip firing, but a little too close for a 4x scope, your aim tends to kind of go all over the place because of the magnification when you ADS. That's just something you have to work with. I'm still working with it. It's still kind of an issue for me, and I'm trying to find a way to overcome that. Possibly, I think, if you use the canted iron sights, that might be able to relieve that issue. Now here, medium range engagements, but it's going to quickly turn into close quarters, which means I have to be careful. I have to use cover, fire, and then displace. Get up on top of this guy, shoot down into the lobby to take him out, but reload time and a P90 with an extremely high rate of fire at close range is going to finish me off. Here, some close range engagements. As you can see, I'm making sure that I stay in cover and I'm not just hard charging up on these guys. You also need to utilize burst firing or tap firing. It will be difficult to go full auto with this weapon unless you have excellent recoil control. Now this next clip has nothing to do with the SAR-21, but I want to just remind players to utilize every resource available to you on the battlefield. Right here I see a lava over at flag B. I don't have the ability to take on vehicles as an assault player, but lo and behold, there is an empty artillery vehicle right here, which I will put to good use. Throw some rounds on that lav, keep him thinking about coming at me, and bail out before he can destroy the vehicle. Now, as I've said before, situational awareness is always key in a game like this. For those of you that are new to the Battlefield franchise, you probably don't know what these sensor balls are. They are from Battlefield Bad Company 2. They were a piece of equipment that the Recon class used. They would throw this little sensor ball and it would tick or beep, and it would light up the minimap to show you where all the enemies were. If you listen carefully in this next clip, you'll be able to hear it. Right there, that little tiny tick-tick sound, I knew that he was right there and that he knew where I was, because regardless of whether I had a suppressed weapon or not, he was going to see me. So I was able to turn and take him out before he could do me in. Well, thanks guys. That was my final review on the SAR-21. I highly recommend it for medium to long range shots. Remember to throw a laser sight on there for those close quarters combat moments, and at least a 3.4 sight as your main combat optic. I'm Dead Winter Dead. Thanks for watching.